Okay, right from the get-go, I'm going to put a disclaimer on this. I am no Armani or Yves Saint Laurent. I'm a really basic sewer. However, I had a request. In the holidays, I posted something about these art journals that I made, and I was talking about what was inside them. But I had someone ask, could I show how to make them? They're really, really simple. I'm sure there's a lot of better sewers out there in the world than me, absolutely positive. So it's something really simple that you can do. So yeah, basically what you need to create this little thing is 3 pieces of material. Now I've just used what I've got lying around because I like to do that. But if you're someone who's got masses of material or likes to go out and buy specific things, that's also a great idea. What you need to do is for your outside, so you've got 3 pieces of material basically, but you've got 2 pieces that will become the inside and the outside of your book. So we've got this piece, which will, once it's created, will be the outside. Then you've got a second piece that will become the inside of the journal, so you're not going to see it as much. And then you've got a layer of wadding. I didn't have wadding, but I had a whole lot of, I think I got this from Hot Dollar. I think it's pretend sort of felt. I doubt that it's real felt. But anyway, it's great colours. And I had it for some other crafty thing I'd been doing with the kids. So I use that as my wadding layer. So, and it just gives a little bit more, it makes it a little bit more substantial. So it holds its shape a bit better and it's got a nice, soft kind of feel to it. So when we want to put the whole thing together, as I said, so we've got wadding or felt in my case on the bottom layer. Then you've got your inside cover, which is this part, and you want that facing up. Then your outside cover you want facing down, because what's going to happen is we're going to start sewing all around the edge here, all the way around, and leave a space here because we're going to turn the whole thing in the other way. Don't leave the gap for turning things through on the corner because it just makes it really difficult to sew around that bit. But when it's a straight edge, it's really simple because what you can do is once you've turned it all the way in, I've done like a stitch around the edge just to give it a bit of a finish, a bit of a harder edge too. And when you're doing that, you can fold this little gap in and stitch along the line, and it ends up, you can't tell where it started and where it finished. So I might just stop here, pin it together, flip it through, and you can see what it looks like. Actually, before I do that, I've added, so a lot of people that I've seen on the internet add all their pieces in little squares, and you've got all these seams on the inside, which gets covered up eventually, but it was a bit too bitsy piecey for me. So what I've done is I've had one big piece and then I've added this section, these stripes and the hearts onto one solid piece. I just preferred that. It was a little bit less fiddly. So when you're doing that, you just want to fold over your edge so that you don't get any fray and sew along, and do the same on the other side, sew along. And depending on that piece could be in the middle here if you wanted. You could just have a square of one of these trees or something. So you're just going to always fold over all the edges so that you've got no frayed pieces showing. Same for like the really tiny, these lines, I just cut a thin strip and folded each edge under and sewed it on. And then I wanted to put some shapes and things, and that was a bit more tricky with material pieces, because then you've got, you know, if you're trying to do a circle and you're trying to fold it all under so that you don't have any frayed edges showing, it was just not going to work. So I didn't even try to do that. I just thought, oh, I'll use the felt because it doesn't fray. And then it's infinite, you know, the different shapes and things that you can cut, and you just to sew it on, you're just sewing around the edge like that, and you don't have to worry about this fraying. So I think, and there's some fantastic colours and even patterns and things you can get in the felt, so that's a really good trick. Okay, so we've sewn the 3 layers together now. So I've got the wadding, or in my case felt, on the bottom. The next layer facing up of material, which will become the inside of our book, and then the outside of the journal face down. And that's the one that's got all the extra pieces sewn on it, because that's what you're going to see. And now we're going to turn the whole thing in through this gap that we left.